For those who are new here, my 17 cents is more like an end of the week rant that I usually give, starting this back up. Basically just giving my perspective on things I've seen, thoughts I've had, and honestly just being transparent. Could be things I'm dealing with personally that I don't mind sharing, but it's mostly going to be about what's going on in society and just being honest and truthful about it with no bullshit. Honestly, what I've been thinking about most of this week is how I sit here and watch the news and listen to different podcasts and all these different things. And then I realize nothing's really ever going to change in this country. And there's a reason for that, because Americans have become lazy. And I don't mean lazy like we don't work. Of course we do. We're one of the hardest working countries in the world. What I mean is we're lazy when it comes to protesting. We protest out of convenience. We don't do anything that causes real discomfort, right? People are only going to protest when it suits them on a convenient day like a Saturday, which is convenient for people. Now, detractors and people who say why they do it on this day is because they know a lot of people have the day off, and so you can get more crowd, more people to join in. But it doesn't really disrupt. See, a protest is supposed to disrupt. And some of these protests are sponsored they have corporate sponsors. And like, what type of real protest is that? It's not a fucking protest if you got the same entities that are literally making life harder for all of us because of their pursuit of profits, depending on the company, depending on the corporation, willing to dump their toxins in fresh drinking water. And now they're building all of these data centers, and people are upset because your property values are going to go down the closer the data center is to your home, but your electricity prices are going to go through the fucking roof. And yet you'll hop on social media, you'll make a video, you complain, but nobody's actually getting up and doing shit about it. Nobody's standing in the way of their construction. You're not going in there and standing in their way and be like, no. And then be like, well, I'm gonna be arrested. Well, duh, that's the point. That's the fucking point. How many more examples do we need to see to understand that our government is not listening to the people? They don't. Hell, even in my city, the city I live in, the people themselves protested and argued down in City Hall and everywhere else that they didn't want a specific company moving in and demolishing like historical landmarks in this city. The people were completely against it. And you know what, the city council, you know what they did anyway? They let the company come on in, and now they're going to demolish those landmarks. And so, I say all this to say ain't shit gonna change. Ain't shit gonna change. I'm being 100 with you. Keep it transparent. Y'all ain't gonna do shit. You just not. And then you could turn around and point the finger right back at me and say, well, what are you gonna do about it? Apparently, I'm not gonna do shit either, because you're not gonna do shit about it. Even if I wanted to get up there and go do something or say something, y'all are gonna bitch and say something, and then that's as far as it's gonna go. Nobody's willing to sacrifice anything. Nobody's willing to take any type of pain. I'm willing to do it if you willing to do it. And I can say that honestly, not just sitting here behind a mic and in front of a fucking camera. I can say that and mean it. I'm willing to put some skin in the game if y'all are, but too many of you aren't, because they figured this out a long time ago, back in the Roman days. If you give them bread and you give them circuses, you can get them to shut the fuck up. And they won't even pay any type of attention to whatever it is the fuck you're doing. And it's true. Give people their Netflix, give people their YouTube, Hulu, Disney Plus, Amazon Prime. You give them entertainment. Hell, people entertain themselves. They spend countless hours doom scrolling. The point I'm trying to make here is protesting ain't gonna do shit unless it's real action, unless it's some real meat behind it. Like, okay, what am I reading here? No King protest. June 2025, 5 million people. Biggest single protest in U.S. history, right? Then the next one, No Kings, October 2025, nearly 7 million people. Okay. Then another No Kings march in March of this year, 2026, an estimated 8 million people. Yeah. And yet nothing actually changed. Y'all got out there on Saturday, barbecued, chanted, and then shit changed because the orange man still running roughshod over this bitch, and ain't shit changing, right? And I know some of you may not like what I'm saying, but that's the point. It's a rant. I don't give a shit. I'm being fully transparent. I'm being fully honest with you. There's nothing going to change. You're gonna wait until you can do something lazy, like wait for the next election, wait to see if you can vote yourself out of this, only to, even if you elect the Democrats, most of them ain't got a spine. Most of them ain't got no fucking backbone, and most of them don't have the strength to do the actual heavy lifting that would involve us to actually make some changes. You know the number one reason why I don't think nothing will ever change? Honestly, because we can't fucking get money out of politics. Both sides can be corruptible. As a matter of fact, they are. Each party takes money from whatever specific industry you want to put a name to. Whether you say Republicans take money from big oil and Democrats take money from big pharma. You pick. Either way, both of them are guilty of the same shit, and neither one of them are actually helping us. You know, the other sad part about all of this is the simple fact that people know, it's something wrong with the system, but you don't do shit about it. It's like, you wake up every day and you going to work and you getting fucked over and you still go to work. Why? Because the bills still need to be paid, because we're under this slavish fucking system. That's why. It's like, there needs to be change. There needs to be change, but I used the word lazy in the beginning. There's a mixture of lazy, but it's a lot of burnout too, because people do work a lot, right? Like for me, I'm a millennial, right? According to these statistics, maybe 24% of us experience burnout, which I'm not even gonna quote where I got this from, because this doesn't look accurate, because I can assure you that the number is higher than 24 fucking percent. But even still, a lot of it has to do with people being burnt out from work and they're too tired to get up and protest, and that's how they keep us down. They have a myriad of ways that they use to keep their boot on our necks so we don't rise up against them, because they're making massive profits and they're taking those profits and paying off the politicians to do their bidding. The politicians are supposed to be there to help us. When's the last time one of these politicians did anything to help the actual American people? I'm not talking about the billionaires and millionaires. I'm not talking about the donor class, the Epstein class. I'm talking about the actual fucking people who they go and politic to when they need votes. You go shake some hands and kiss some babies when you need their vote. But then when you get into their office, whether you locked in for the next 2 years or locked in for the next 6 years, if you're a senator, you do absolutely nothing to fucking help the people. Or you make it look good and you try, because you're only one individual, and hey, it's a numbers game. So what do we have to do? I want this bill to pass, but guess what? Nobody else in the Congress wants it to pass. Oh, well, there's nothing else I can do. I tried. That's the game. It's an out. It's a very conveniently placed out. I'm only one member of Congress. I'm only one member of the Senate. I can only do so much. Okay. And the other majority of them don't even try to do that. They just go there to fundraise, play on their phones, and try to harass their staff, apparently. But anyway, to close out this rant for the week. Yes, I'm borderline nihilistic at this point, because I don't see nothing changing. I don't see much that's going to change here in America for the better. I see it changing for the worse, because we let billionaires take over what's supposed to be ours. We no longer have a democracy because people are too stupid. And I say stupid because I say everybody that voted for fucking Trump is a fucking idiot. I'm nothing. You're never gonna be able to beat those allegations. You all are stupid. You're dumb as hell. I don't give a fuck about your rationale or your reason. You're dumb as shit. Take offense to it. I don't care. I don't give a shit. Y'all are dumb as hell, period. You say, well, Kamala wouldn't have. You don't know that. You don't know that. And you can't even talk about her stint as vice president, because we all know the vice president has no fucking power as long as the president is alive. Stop it. Look at JD Vance right now. Does he look like he running shit over that orange fucker? Yeah. Case closed.